Beginning.
Hello, my name is 르네휴즈만. I am the International Training Director of Ocean Reef. Gives me the best job in the planet because I can travel everywhere to teach everything about the full face mask of Ocean Reef. And I'd like to welcome you, the Oshondrim followers, and listen to my story. Excluding the fact that you can breathe with the nose. Well, there are a number of big benefits to use a full face mask over conventional. Some of the reasons are based on comfort, like no fogging, no flooding, isolation from the environment, keeping your face protected. But I think a very important one is the safety reason. So maybe the most important reason why divers should think about switching to a full face mask system is a safety reason. So what we teach new scuba divers is how important it is to keep the regulator in the mouth. If you lose the regulator, you need to find it back, put it in your mouth, and then you can continue. But what about if you are not able to find that regulator? Maybe because you're not conscious. And that's a pretty dangerous situation. With the conventional equipment, mask and regulators falls out, you make the inhalation and you inhale water, and then there is no way back. But if you use a full face mask system that is actually keeping the air bubble on your face, you might pass out, but you will not take water in your lungs. And that means that there is always more time to respond on a dangerous situation than with a conventional system. And that should be a very important reason for people to consider. In the current teaching systems we have from the different training organizations, they all said you have to be minimum certified open water diver. So that is your entry level certification, and from that you can learn about all kinds of different specialties. Learning about diving with a full face mask is also to be considered as a specialty. So most training organizations will require a basic open water diver certification before you can start with the full face mask. I think that an important skill to train to new full face mask divers is what we call a bailout. So if you are underwater and there is something wrong with your air delivery system, can be an empty tank or maybe an error on your equipment, you need to be able to what we call bail out. So you need to be able to take the mask off and to be able to share air with somebody else or with an alternate air source system. Two different things. Nitrox, yes. No problem at all. It is just like normal dive equipment, and up till 40% is considered that you can use any kind of dive equipment. If you go to a higher percentage of oxygen, then there is an extra requirement that your equipment should be O2 clean. Our masks are prepared for higher oxygen use, but if you use it for quite some time, maybe it's not O2 clean anymore. So if you really want to dive frequently with high percentages of oxygen, then it requires some extra care on your equipment. Yeah. The second part, can you use it with a rebreather? There are options to combine a full face mask with a rebreather, but there are no manufacturers yet that standard offer this. So in the corner of experimenting and doing something yourself, I know that some people changed the full face mask for Ocean Reef and they use it with a rebreather, but it's not a standard available solution. I think that a full face mask in general is a better solution for all divers. It doesn't matter if you dive in warm areas, maybe there is even an extra reason to protect you from the cold if you are diving in cold air, in cold water, because it isolates more. But taking in consideration, is it a holiday diver, or is it a hardcore diver, or a technical diver, or even a semi-professional diver? I think for all divers it's a good solution. And the funny thing is, especially when you talk about technical diving, where they are using high percentages of oxygen with a lot of equipment, I even think that a full face mask gives you more safety, again, because you cannot lose the regulator. Okay, I will try to be brief because it requires a long explanation. But because we know that electric charge radio frequencies like you use on your phone is not working underwater, we are using a different system, and that system is based on mechanical vibration of sound waves. And it's the same as I'm doing now. That you can hear me is because your eardrum is moving, and that's mechanical transportation of mechanical sound waves. Our voice is not strong enough to travel underwater. Therefore, we use a solution, a technical solution. And here on the side of the mask, you can see a part of the unit. And this is a transmitter. Inside there is a disc that will shrink and expand very rapidly on a frequency of 32,786 hertz. And that vibration is traveling to high density of water. And at some point, the other diver has the same unit, but now this antenna, this unit works like an antenna. He's catching the vibration. And that vibration is translated to a speaker, which you can see inside. Inside there is just a normal speaker. It is covered with a special resin to keep it waterproof. Also here on this side. So by using the ultrasonic vibrations, we are able to let that signal traveling to high density of water. There are not a lot of brands in the market that produce full face masks. The majority, so we are talking about 3-4 manufacturers, are mainly focusing on professional use. And it's just a tool to work underwater. So not always convenient, but it's a tool. It needs to be functional. The approach of Ocean Reef is a little bit different. First of all, how it looks. The Italians think also that's important. But then the functionality combined with comfort is very important. So the design that we use for the Neptune 3 is ergonomic, very friendly, very easy system to equalize pressure on the ears, a very nice, perfect and soft fit of the silicone face seal. The product is not so expensive and easy to maintain, and I think that is the biggest difference if you compare our product to product more developed for as a tool. Well, safely, maybe it's better if we say what is important to do to have influence on your comfort. Because the equipment is a little bit different than most of the scuba divers are experienced with. There are few steps which are important to do. So it all starts with how you put the mask on your face. There is a sequence of strapping. If the strapping is not done correctly, the mask maybe will be positively buoyant during the dive. And that can create discomfort. So the sequence, how to strap the straps, is first put your face in comfortably. It is supported everywhere on your face. Then you start strapping the middle straps. And then, very important, you go to the lower straps. Make sure that the mask is not able to float under the influence of the positive buoyancy. And then finally, you pull the top straps to prevent air bubbles are going out. So that's a very important preparation, how to start your dive. Make sure that the mask is set correctly. When you feel at some moment during the dive that it doesn't feel comfortable or there are bubbles going out, you need to go back to the basic again, and that is push the mask inside, pull it down, because probably it already started to be buoyant. So push it down and pull a little bit more the lower straps to make sure it is secured under your chin. And yeah, that's actually the only thing you need to worry about. Not worry about, but need to take in consideration. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I'd like to say goodbye to you, all the Ocean Dream followers. And remember, Ocean Dream and Ocean Reef will fight. Something like that.
다 끝난 거죠?
Can you see how it is going?